Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Election Commission announces by-poll schedule for 1 Lok Sabha seat in Bihar and 56 assembly constituencies in 11 states including Nagaland. Model Code of Conduct comes into force. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio says his government is focusing to convert tourism into a sector that contributes towards economic growth and employment. Nagaland State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities issues Su Motu notice to Directorate of Treasuries and Accounts. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under Namami Gange Mission. The Election Commission today announced by-poll schedule for 1 Lok Sabha seat in Bihar and 56 assembly constituencies in other 11 states. The voting for 54 assembly seats in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Odisha, Haryana, Chhattisgarh, Telangana and Nagaland will take place on 3rd November this year. The voting for Valmiki Nagar Lok Sabha seat in Bihar and 2 assembly seats in Manipur will be held on 7th November. The counting will take place on 10th November. However, the Commission has decided not to announce by-elections at this stage in Assam, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. It said the decision has been taken after receiving inputs expressing difficulties in conduct of elections and issues related to it from Chief Secretaries and Chief Electoral Officers from these states. Meanwhile, the Model Code of Conduct (MMC) has come into force with immediate effect in the assembly constituencies of 14 South Namami 1 and 60 Bungro Kifre. Addressing a press conference today at Chief Electoral Office in Kohima, Additional Chief Electoral Officer Moa Iyer said MMC will be applicable to all candidates, political parties and the state government and also to the union government for the district concerned. Iyer informed that the last date for filing of nominations is on 16th October, while scrutiny will be held the next day. The last date for withdrawal of candidature is 19th October. Counting of votes will take place on 10th November. It may be mentioned that 14 South Namami 1 and 60 Bungro Kifre assembly constituencies fell vacant due to the demise of sitting MLAs Viko Yusu and T. Torechu, respectively. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio said Government of Nagaland has been focusing on the tourism sector over the past many years to convert tourism into a sector that contributes towards economic growth and an employment generator to the state. Delivering a speech during a virtual program of Destination Northeast today, Rio expressed gratitude to the donor minister Jitendra Singh for taking the initiative to organize the program. He said that Nagaland is rewriting the tourism script to align tourism industry in the state with the changed dynamics of the present COVID situation. Being aware of the scope of tourism sector and its potentials, Rio said the need is to synchronize all the states and create a tourism network that is interconnected in a seamless manner. The Chief Minister urged the Government of India to invest in the tourism industry by creating infrastructure, support digital ventures and extend assistance in accordance with the needs of the respective states. Minister for Planning and Coordination, Land Resources and Parliamentary Affairs, Nipa Grono, today launched the first issue of Sustainable Development Goals SDG Spectrum newsletter in Kohima. The 17 SDG goals include no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, economic growth, among others. Minister Grono said that the SDG 17 goals will reach the grassroots level in the state through the newsletter. He said focusing on SDG in the state farm today will lay a rich legacy for the future generation in all aspects. Grono further informed that the 17 SDG goals will be published quarterly in the newsletter. The SDG Spectrum newsletters will be released to all stakeholders in the village level and state departments, besides distributing it to different colleges. Nagaland State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities has issued a Su Motu notice to the Principal Director, Directorate of Treasuries and Accounts for failure to comply with a 4% reservation for persons with benchmark disabilities. A press release from the Commissioner stated that the state government had reserved 4% of vacancies in favor of persons with benchmark disabilities under Section 34 of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. However, this reservation was not complied with in the recruitment process to fill up various posts under the establishment of the Directorate of Treasuries and Accounts. The release said, despite several communications and reminders on the matter by the Office of the State Commissioner, the recruitment process was carried forward in blatant disregard of the government's order for which the notice was issued, giving the Directorate an opportunity to make a course correction within 3 months. In our special series on life and times of Mahatma Gandhi, we bring you famous quotes of Mahatma Gandhi titled Bapu Ki Baat. Mahatma Gandhi on man said, "A man is but a product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes." This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under the Namami Gange Mission through video conference. The projects include construction of a 68 MLD million litres per day sewage treatment plant, upgradation of the existing 27 MLT at Jagjitpur, and construction of an 18 MLD sewage treatment plant at Sarai in Haridwar. The inauguration of 68 MLD Jagjitpur project marks completion of the first sewage treatment project taken up on hybrid annuity mode of public-private partnership. Addressing the inaugural function, Modi said his government moved forward with new thinking and new approach and did not limit the Namami Gange Mission to the cleanliness of Ganga and made it the largest and comprehensive river conservation program in the country. With the detection of 83 fresh cases of COVID-19, Nagaland's COVID cases have crossed 6,000 mark today. 77 cases were reported in Dimapur and 6 from Kohima. In addition, the state also reported 45 recoveries, of which 35 were from Dimapur, 6 from Kohima, 3 from Mokokchung and 1 from Mon. With this, the state's total confirmed cases has climbed to 6,040. Out of which 1,037 are active and 4,942 have recovered. So far, out of the 17 deaths registered, 12 have died due to the infection and 5 were not COVID-related. Governor of Nagaland R.N. Ravi has extended Lau Ong Mo greetings to the Konyak community and to the people of Nagaland. Lau Ong Mo is a post-harvest festival and is also known as the annual harvest festival. It is celebrated to mark the abundant harvest and thanksgiving. In his message, the governor said, "It is heartwarming to know that members of the Konyak community take part in a revelry with families and friends, rekindling kinship and seeking to build new relations along with the festivities." Ravi also stressed on the importance for the youth to preserve the rich culture and heritage which should be manifested in the way of life through hard work, honesty and unity, along with the colorful songs and dances. On the occasion, the governor expressed hope that happiness, prosperity and good health will be bestowed to everyone. Principal Director of School Education Shanavas C. has said that people with vested interest charging excessive amount from the students for applying scholarship online and for verification of their application is a serious offence. In this, he warned people from such malpractices, saying that disciplinary action will be initiated against those who encourage such practices. He also reminded the officials and heads of the institutions to take note of such matter. Shanavas further appreciated some of the student bodies across the state for being vigilant towards such ill practice. And now it's when the news, here are the main points again. Election Commission announces bi-poll schedule for 1 Lok Sabha seat in Bihar and 56 assembly constituencies in 11 states including Nagaland. Model Code of Conduct comes into force. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio says his government is focusing to convert tourism into a sector that contributes towards economic growth and employment. Nagaland State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities issues Su Motu notice to Directorate of Treasuries and Accounts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under Namami Gange Mission. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.